I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write.
With every Christmas card you write.
Be merry and bright. And may all your Christmases be right.
Suck my dick. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode. Welcome to the first episode of Cheer Buds.
The only episode.
The first and only episode of Cheer Buds where we talk about the latest and greatest yesterday, today, and tomorrow Christmas music. All encapsulating. We're doing the albums, the singles, the covers.
Talking about every single
metal
Christmas
covers.
Song. I mean, everyone that we could think of, which was, I think, 3 each.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are much more than that, are there?
There's only 3 that I listened to, and then you came up with 3 other ones that I'm like, I'm not even sure these are Christmas songs, but like, fine, I'll listen to them.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of made them up on the spot. I
Oh,
kind of
you recorded
the
these?
guy. Yeah, well, yeah, I worked with the artist, and I was like, hey, I got a podcast to do. You mind if we kind of do these songs real quick?
Okay, well, that's impressive.
'Cause, well, we've come a long way from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Lucas.
It's true. It's
I don't
time
know
to
if you
move
know about
on.
this.
Everyone's stuck on a fucking reindeer from the 40s, man. We got to move
Yeah.
on. But I mean, you know who we are. You know, we're the odd couple, we're the pod couple, the oddcast, and the podcast. We're all of it. We are the alpha and the omega, the yin and the yang. Brett, H-bomb, Hanrahan.
H-bomb. I'm gonna drop the H word. Y'all
mean-
better watch out.
What are your initials? BAH, right?
Brett Andrew Hanrahan, BAH, BAH-HUMBUG.
Yeah.
I hate the Christmas season.
Yeah, well, keep that energy, bud. Keep that energy going, because you got me to battle you with Christmas spirit and the
And a
light
sword.
of the Lord coming from my loins.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I mean, the good Lord is going down on me, Brett. And I'm going down on him.
I can only really see the back of his head, but
Yeah, I mean, does that make me gay for Jesus? Maybe.
if you're not
Does it
gay
make
for
me gay
Jesus,
for
then what are
Christmas? Absolutely.
There we
Because
go.
today, the reason we did this, and I'm so excited to have this conversation, which we've already kind of had once, but let's do it again. Because there's an interesting dichotomy here where I think if most people met us, they would think that you were the more jolly, holiday cheer. Let's all
Yeah,
go
dude.
donate toys to the needy children type of person.
You're only saying that because I grow a white beard and I grow a couple feet and a couple
Since you
hundred
were-
pounds every December.
Yeah, since you were like 9 years old.
Yeah, and like it's not like I can stop it, but it passes eventually.
It's like Tim Allen every year. Like the beard just grows every year. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, right. I try to shave it off. I try to keep my cheeks stone cold, but they get rosy red.
Yeah. And the beard only grows back thicker and thicker. You just shaved like right before we started recording, so you don't have one right now, but I know by the time we're done, you're going to have a white beard.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people see you walking down the street and you're just kind of, you always got these sweaters on you that you're always lighting on fire. You're kind of burning, stomping them into the ground.
I mean, I'm a curmudgeon.
So people
People
would
look at me
assume
and I
that,
go, meh,
yeah, right.
meh, get away from me.
And so people would assume that you are not a fan of neither the Christmas season nor the music that accompanies it.
Yes, and they couldn't be more wrong, Bretjamin. I'll tell you, I fucking love Christmas music. I love everything about the Christmas season. I love fireplaces. I love twinkly lights. Christmas lights, I found out probably less than 72 hours ago, are my favorite form of lighting. I love Christmas lights. and they just like they literally make my eyes relax. I feel like in a weird way.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've ever gone to South Austin and been through that specific neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I definitely
That's like
did that.
kind of they're kind of famous for their lights, and that neighborhood is like 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, dude, it's really cool. And I live in a neighborhood right now that, you know, not everyone's doing it up yet right now, but the few that are, it's just so, I'll walk my dog at like 10 o'clock at night with a hoodie on and just get fucking stoned walking around looking at Christmas lights. And it's like literally one of my favorite things to do in every year.
Yeah, I mean it's got a great vibe, you know. In the
So nice.
the Christmas season has a great vibe of you know, kind of warmth and giving and receiving, and it's nice and cold outside. You finally get to wear your jacket that you get to wear for 2 months out of the year when you're in Texas.
If it still fits.
And then you turn on the radio and literally the worst shit gets played every single year, and it ruins everything.
So you have become bitter and sour towards Christmas music because you've been basically waterboarded with Christmas music for every single like seasonal job you've ever had.
Yes, that is one of the many reasons. My first job after college was at Pretzel Maker, where I was right below the mall speakers blasting the old 40s, 50s Christmas music.
That sucks that you were right by the speakers for 8 hours a day.
And
they're so
you know,
loud. They have to be loud for everyone to hear it. So I bet it was so loud for you guys.
it was the worst. I mean, luckily we had the stoves kind of drowning out the noise a bit, but it was my first and hopefully last time working 50, 60-hour weeks. And for that to be the soundtrack to it.
Yeah, I love it. It's
all
like,
the
luckily
worst.
I had the drone, the electronic drone of giant ovens to tune out the fucking Christmas tunes.
Well, yeah, luckily I could stick my head in every once in a while and I would feel something.
Yeah, you said it the other day. You were like, you remember feelings? Like, you remember, like, you know what it's like to feel things still? And I'm just like, yeah, Brett, what the fuck? What are you
like,
talking about?
Sorry, like if my head isn't in a stove, I can't remember anymore.
Dude, I mean, it's so, I can't blame you for hating Christmas music because I have also done, several tours of retail seasonal work.
You've done a couple missions.
I've done, man, like, I don't have to play any of those Call of Duty games because I've lived that shit.
But the Christmas music that was playing elevated
Was my favorite
you.
part. It was my
It gave
favorite
you
part.
the strength to pull through the chaotic Christmas season.
Yeah, I had little tiny angel wings just sprout on my back every time I got into work. And I had some fucking really shitty jobs. Really shitty retail jobs. Working around Christmas, Black Friday, fucking any Christmas sales or whatever. Like, I've done it. I've worked at PacSun for that shit. Like, if you've never had a 47-year-old white woman yell at you because you don't have her son's size in jeans, like, you haven't lived.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you haven't truly experienced the entire gamut of humanity. I'd say.
or lack thereof. Like, you haven't seen... There's a certain darkness that comes out in people during Christmas.
No.
When it's supposed
Yeah.
to be such a pleasant and peaceful and joyous time of year.
But no, it's really, you go anywhere in December and it's just packed and everyone's running around and
It's a
everyone's
fucking
angry
safari,
at
man.
each other.
Yeah.
It's like we revert back 300 years to being cavemen.
Yeah, it's like
and
everyone's on a quest for fire. And it's just like, dude, if you don't find the fire in the shape of a fucking, the Green Hornet on DVD, like, your kid is going to be fine. Like, that was my worst retail job during Christmas, was at a store called For Your Entertainment, FYE. And it was like a CD store. And we also sold movies
Yeah.
and, fucking random little knickknacks and stuff. And,
Right, yeah.
dude, I was 16 years old. I was but a child. I barely had a fucking hair on a nut. And I was getting yelled at by these people in their 50s and 60s, just like, why don't you have this movie, why don't you have the CD? Why don't you have the hottest CD that's out right now? And I'm just like, I was getting yelled at, dude. Like, out of my 8 to 9 hour shift, I would say a solid 3 hours a day collectively of dealing with people who were so angry and so stressed out. And I would come home and it still didn't kill my Christmas spirit. But when I was there, holy fuck, man, it was so hard to see like that side of humans.
Yeah, no, it's rough,
Holy
and
shit.
Like when there was I've done a couple garage sales for my mom, and just seeing these like
Don't get me started on garage sales.
seeing these old white rich ass people roll up in their cars and they're like, can you take this down from 75 cents to 50 cents? I don't want to pay that much for it. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is a drum set. It's like, you should.
I know.
Like, I'm already giving it to you at 90% discount.
Oh, dude.
But just no, it's just the Christmas season brings out the most animalistic in us.
It sucks that it's like this. It's not natural. Like, it is a pressure put on to people because Americans are just bred to be consumers. Like, we're trained from birth as from as long as we can remember to be consumers.
Right. Yeah.
So there's so much pressure to get your kid that toy, or to get your wife that ring, or that fucking whatever. Like, it really sucks, man, because truly growing up, I mean, I was spoiled as fuck.
I mean, yeah, same here.
I was very spoiled. I mean, we grew up with musical instruments, man. Like, that doesn't happen for everybody, And I grew up with multiple instruments. There was like 3 or 4 Christmases in a row that I got a guitar.
Jeez.
And it was because I asked for one, And that's on me. But I never did, like, I always appreciated it. Always. There was even times where, like, I got a Gibson SG one year, platinum, like all silver. The whole thing was silver. Everything was silver on the guitar. And it was so fucking badass. And I still have it. And there was maybe 6 months that I didn't play it because I was so worried about dinging it or breaking something.
Right, yeah.
Because I was so psyched to have this thing. I was like, holy fuck, I have this thing. Like, I was pretty materialistic growing up. And the older I got, like, Christmas, I could honestly care less about presents now. For the last probably 10 years, 15 years, I haven't cared about the presents.
Yeah, my my roommates and my buddies and I, we don't really get presents for each other,
Right.
which is it's mainly because we can't afford it.
Yeah, which is a great reason. I didn't buy presents for anyone for so long because I couldn't afford it.
But we also understand, like, the time we spend together, and we'll like have a special meal or something, around Christmas, and that's
nice. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah. But
I love that. Like, I did Friendsgiving every year. I love that shit.
Yeah. Right.
That's really what it is about. The older I get, it's like, I just want to spend time, man. I just want to, like, have fun and be cozy, and drink whiskey or hot chocolate and hang out by the fire and just like
watch some kind of movie or something.
Dude, movies are a huge thing for Christmas for me. I make movies a part of every like big tentpole event of the year for me. And I love Christmas movies. I love tangentially related Christmas movies like Die Hard, and all like these ones that just kind of have Christmas as a backdrop. And yeah, man, I truly, truly love it. I think it is like the happiest I am all year. I just seem to just be so fucking jolly this time of year, and I love it, and I look forward to it every year. And a huge part of it is Christmas music, and I fucking love Christmas music, and I always loved it. It never bothered me when I was working retail, especially because I was the one that I worked at a used bookstore that also sold shitty old CDs and stuff. But that Christmas, all the employees went into all the CDs that we had at the store and picked out all the Christmas ones. So there was the most random ass Christmas music I heard that season, and I loved it. I loved all of it. And I'm just so, it always surprises me, even though I can never blame someone, I'm always surprised when someone tells me that they don't like Christmas music. Even more when they say that they hate Christmas music, and you fucking hate Christmas music.
I mean, it might be too much to say I loathe it, but I'm pretty sure I loathe it.
Oh my God. Have you? I don't know if I've ever loathed.
You should try it sometime. It's pretty freeing.
That's a heavy one.
But even before I worked in retail, I never really understood the appeal. It's the same, 15 songs over and over again, and if it's not those songs, it's songs that sound exactly like those songs.
Or if it's not the classics, it's usually really bad. Usually really fucking bad when someone tries to write an original Christmas song these days.
I mean, it all sounds bad to me, so I can't really tell the difference.
But what exactly is it about it? Is it that you don't like the melodies? I know there's not a specific type of production with Christmas music, because all different bands and all different genres have done Christmas songs. So is it the just the general, like, because there is those, to make a Christmas song, it has to have a Christmas type harmony, right? A Christmas type melody. There's certain notes that make a Christmas song, I feel like.
That's the thing, right? Is that I'm sure for, we don't know the music theory or anything behind it, but I'm sure most Christmas music falls within a couple keys.
Yeah, there has to be a theory behind it.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
And so, like, that irks me, but it's the same with Christian music for me, which is no matter who plays it and no matter what genre it is, it always sounds bad.
Wow.
And it's like, I can't explain why. And this list, these 3 songs you gave me, surely didn't help me understand why you like them.
Yeah, I mean, for the listener, it's about time we mentioned that. So what we did on this episode was, because Brett hates Christmas music and because I love it, I picked my 3 favorite Christmas songs for Brett to listen to and for us to talk about. And Brett picked his 3 most hated Christmas songs to talk about. So that's what we're going to do, probably getting started right now. But before we get into it, I want to go back to what you were saying, like relating it to Christian music, because I can totally understand that. To me, I see the relation between the two because most Christmas songs are basically Christian music.
Yeah.
A lot of them are about Jesus and stuff, but then those are not the ones I like. But then I see the connection in, like, you hear, for some reason there's something about Christian rock that I can tell fucking 5 seconds in.
You could just tell. You just know.
I can tell.
It's like instinct.
5 seconds into the song, this is Christian rock or whatever, Christian music. Yeah, you absolutely can. And it's the same thing with Christmas. But for Christian music, I definitely feel like that has a production value that is just like so ubiquitous to that genre. And I don't feel that way about Christmas music.
Is that not right? Are they?
It's not.
Because
one of the songs you brought today is a fucking like punk rock Christmas song. Two of the songs I brought are punk rock, and they don't have at all the same production as like "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey.
We'll get to it. But Lucas, look me in the eyes right now, okay?
I'm looking at you.
Are you fucking with me
about the production?
When you picked the 2 Yobs songs, which, by the way, should be considered cheating.
No, they bleed into each other, and it is the length of one normal song. So I thought that counted as one.
But I listened to the songs multiple times. Are you fucking with me?
A little bit.
You like these songs? You gave this. Okay, no.
Okay, with the Yobs song.
Shut up. I have the Jean-Luc Guitard review of the Yobs up on my screen right now.
God, you're just gonna fucking. This is like gotcha journalism right now. Just fucking throwing it in my face.
This album might be one of my faves of all time in regards to Christmas albums.
Yeah.
Classic 80s Brit punk sound.
Mm-hmm. I stand by that.
can't think of any other Christmas albums that talk about vibrators, whores, fucking, and pubic hair, and I loved it.
Yeah, man.
And you gave it
Like a 9.4?
I can't stress this enough. In the 365 albums you reviewed last year, you gave 12 of them a 9+.
Yeah, I listened to 365 records.
And you gave this album a 9.4.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that rating. That one was controversial for many reasons.
Yeah, I'd say.
I mean, if that didn't show you, like, if that doesn't tell you how much I love Christmas music, like, that's, you know, that is such a great example of, it is not
how
well recorded. It is really bratty, shitty, early 80s punk rock. But these guys, the Yobs, they fucking, I think they're also the Boys, they go by both. They fucking made it their own, and I loved it so much. And it was probably like 2-3 weeks before Christmas, and I was so in the mood for Christmas music, and I fucking love that record. And I think it was hard for me to pick which songs to do for this episode. And when I heard Christmas, the song Christmas, I thought, yep, this was one of my favorites because it is very original and so fun and dirty and hilarious. And I thought also Brett is gonna hate it.
Well, you're right on all fronts, aren't you?
So yeah, so let's get into it, man. The first one was Christmas by, well, Christmas/Gloria by the Yobs, and it is, I listened, like we already said, I listened to that record last year. It is their Christmas album. It's called Christmas Album, and this song specifically, Christmas, really stood out to me because of how dirty and gross it is.
It's you know, people talk, there's like basically a genre in rap called like ignorant rap, where it's
Yes.
it just goes hard and it's not talking about anything, and you could just like kind of just go hard to it. And this is what I think of when I think of ignorant punk.
Yeah, I mean, this song is a lot of songs on this record, but this one especially is so offensive.
Yeah, I mean, he just talked about like going down on a chick and then having sex, which is like,
Well, he's spelling out Christmas in a really awful way. C is for your little clit, H is for your pubic hairs, R is for your rectum, S is for your shitty asshole, T is for your massive tits. It just goes down the list like that, and it's so gross, and it's so funny to me, and I love the 3-chord, you know, guitar, the palm muted guitar, the really simple music.
it sound like, as soon as the song starts off with that guitar riff, it does, like, I do get a Christmas feeling from it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it maybe it's just 3 basic major key chords. I don't know. But Lucas, you and I have been doing this podcast for a little less than a year now, and I think one of the things I like most about you is how reasonable and objective you can be, and how you can kind of look outside yourself and see things for how they are.
Yes.
Except for this stuff, apparently. You got some, like, kryptonite little blinders on you, and I just don't get it, dude. This is not you. This is not you, man. Who are you?
It is, though. There's many layers to me. I'm an onion, Brett. There's many layers to me. I have, dude, the range of my humor of things that will make me laugh it's so huge. I will laugh at the dumbest shit. I will laugh at the dirtiest shit. And then there's really almost nothing I appreciate more than like a really well-crafted joke. Stand-up comedy is one of my favorite things.
Yeah, and this is like exactly the opposite of what that is.
This is the stupidest, dirtiest, just trying to be offensive just for offense sake. But I love that they, after this like stupid, awful Christmas song, they go into a cover of Gloria, and it's so great. It's so fun.
Yeah, swinging my balls. It's awesome.
I mean, I just love that they took Gloria, use it as the chorus of this song, use bells, do all the Christmas shit, and they still are just like, I mean, there are very few Christmas records that have made it so their own, and not just the music, but in the lyrics. Like, these dudes did write a bunch of new Christmas songs, and I fucking love it.
Well, I'm glad you like it, man. Because someone's gotta.
That is the best, like, way to shut it down. Well, I'm glad you like it.
I mean, I think the harmonies are pretty cool in Gloria.
It's fun.
I'm glad you find it fun.
It's so much fun. Dude, this is the first episode of this podcast that I haven't taken notes. I'm like, I can just talk. I'm just going to talk about this shit.
Dude, I don't want to bring this energy. I don't like being
I
like
love this energy.
What do you got to take notes about? It's fucking
That's true.
Christmas music.
It's true. I mean, I thought I would at least take notes on the songs that you brought in, but I really didn't need to. And I want to get into the first one of those, man, which I had no idea this song existed. But Xmas by Corey Taylor, the singer of Slipknot. He wrote an anti-Christmas song.
And I don't know if I brought this up on this alternate universe of this episode.
Right.
Where Lucas sang the high part to White Christmas. But the songs that are anti-Christmas are just as bad as the songs about Christmas, and I think that speaks volumes on the genre itself. Because this is a rough song. I feel like it is in the vein of Social Distortion type punk music, which I like, because I love me some Social D. But I agree. I think anti-Christmas songs are almost more cringy than pro-Christmas songs. You know what? I could definitely get behind that.
Yeah, because I understand not liking Christmas music. I guess to an extent, if something like awful happened in your life around Christmas, I can understand not liking Christmas, maybe.
Sure.
But, maybe. But to hate Christmas is very weird to me. And I just feel like Corey Taylor is being such a, like, this is such edgelord fucking Chad energy on this song.
I don't know, maybe it's just like one of the easiest things to do to be quote unquote controversial is to just hate Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, this whole thing's just a fuck you to all the people who love Christmas.
And it's just like, God, dude, you just come off as a dickwad, and maybe that's what you want to do. It sounds like that's what you want to do.
Dude, and he goes, it's so, like, what sucks is that I kind of like the music and the melody.
Really?
A little bit. I mean, it is nothing special. It is not good, but it's just catchy.
All right, well.
I think it's a catchy song as much as I want to, and I do dislike the whole thing. And, there's something, like, it sucks, man, because this podcast has kind of ruined Corey Taylor for me. And you introducing this song into my life, because I didn't know this fucking thing existed, and I probably would have never found out had it not been for you. Like, this just adds to the lore of, man, Corey Taylor's a fucking douche.
Oh, man. Well,
like, who writes a song like this?
It's so weird to think of this as the singer for Slipknot, because it seems like his solo stuff has kind of gone more to the country rock side of things.
Yeah, it is really lacking. I mean, Stone Sour, I think is,
I think
might be controversial. Well, I think they're
pretty cool.
I hate them. I hate Stone Sour. Yeah. So, I mean, and there's just, it sucks, man, because I totally get where Corey Taylor's coming from on this song, but it's just, it's so in a hateful spirit. I think it's like if it was a funny song, that'd be different. But it's not funny. It's like, and now every year the malls are just a madhouse.
Bells.
Yeah, you know where to stick them jingle bells. I mean, Jesus Christ. But
it's
now every year the malls are just a madhouse, full of empty pockets, thoughts, and smiles. Just the smell of eggnog makes me vomit, and those colored lights are fucking infantile. It's just like,
yeah, it's like,
dude,
get off it,
get off your
dude.
fucking high horse. Who? Oh God.
And in the first verse, you can kind of tell who he's pandering to. He's like, I ain't no Wiccan commie nut or nothing.
Exactly.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you're just a Bud Light country poser, dude.
This is the most Bud Light anti-Christmas song ever. Where did you hear this song?
Boy, you know what? I think we were just
You're like,
my
"My
buddy
mom put it
Lily.
on."
My buddy Lily found CMFT, which is Corey motherfucking Taylor.
Yeah.
Which
His
is
rap
a song
song.
he put out. And we were just kind of going down the list of Corey Taylor songs, and we just found this one. The music video makes it 10 times worse.
Ugh.
I don't know if you checked it out.
No.
Maybe you don't have to, but
I've listened to this song like 7 times. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good that we might just move on to the next one, huh?
I think it's worth moving on. And I think we should go back into the positive, into the great, into the honestly fucking classic White Christmas by the Drifters, which is a personal one of my top 3 favorite renditions of this song. One of my top 3 Christmas songs of all time, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that it was in Home Alone 2, I think, either Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2. I always loved it, and I grew up singing this song. The moment that my voice was low enough for me to go, the moment I could do that, I didn't stop singing this song every Christmas. So, what did you think about it, man? Because this, I feel like, is a hard one to hate.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's like
Don't you love
My
the low
eyes-
voice and the high voice?
my eyes kind of glaze over a little bit.
You don't like
When it-
doo-wop?
I can't say I hate it. You know, I can't say I hate the song.
Yeah, this is like almost like a barbershop quartet rendition of White Christmas, and like the like all the little melody and harmonies going on, 4-part harmonies.
And then that second voice comes in, and I'm pretty sure that's a dude doing a very high voice.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 5 different guys. So you have a bunch of like doop 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 doop, like all harmonies in the background. You have moments where they're like like little harmony, like 4-part harmonies going on, and then yeah, man, that switch off between the bass and the falsetto. Oh man, when that guy comes in, like I love the low voice already. When when that comes in, it is just pure joy to me.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so fun.
You know, I was reading the comments to a YouTube video of this song, and it kind of made me realize that these Christmas songs are a lot of people's like happy place, like kind of their
Yeah.
comfort music, right, when they're in times of distress.
It's very nostalgic.
So I do appreciate that about the music, is that it, you know, like I think I get it a little more now why people like it. But when I hear the Drifters version of White Christmas, I just hear the same song that I've heard 100 times with nothing much to it.
Oh man. Well, I mean, again, I can understand what you mean, but to me it's like it's doo-wop, so that's different. It's almost an acapella song. So, you know, you've heard there's a ton of Christmas acapella stuff, but it's, you know, it's, I think the instrumentation is really simple and really nice. I think the melodies are super fucking clean. The voices are like goofy, but that makes them fun, you know. And
yeah, I do appreciate the melody of the vocals on this one. A lot of Christmas music, ever since Michael Buble and Frank Sinatra, you know, came on the scene, is a lot of like really low, really easy stuff to sing to. Not too many, I don't know, nothing too much to kind of look at in terms of like vocal melody.
They made this like a really fun doo-wop rendition of a song, and it does have the backdrop of very simple jazz, you know, but man, this song is such a vibe, and it's so literally like it really does just fucking, it turns on my heart light. This song is very special to me. It's one that this was the first song I thought of, and I was singing it the other day, like just fucking hanging out, folding laundry, and I'm just singing this song, and I'm going back and forth between the bass and the fucking falsetto, and it's just having so much fun.
Man, well, that's why I hate hating on it, man.
Yeah, well,
You
no,
know?
I love hearing why you hate Christmas music, though. Like, that was what was so exciting to me about doing this episode, was like, I didn't even know until a week ago that you hated Christmas music, and then like we thought of this idea. It was just, and I'm like, yes, dude, this is gonna be fascinating. Like, I get to share why I love it so much, and then I get to hear why you hate it. And I feel like you haven't yet articulated what it is about the music that you hate.
I mean, I wish I could detail it better. It might be because
I feel like it is just
usually,
this innate thing in you. You just
it's-
fucking hate it.
It's usually very slow.
Yes.
It can be pretty minimal at times.
At times, and then sometimes there's like a fucking orchestra.
I mean, yeah, if we're gonna, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, a lot of, especially like the older stuff, like the classics, is, there's just nothing to really. There's just the vocals, and then everything else is just kind of like, whatever. Here's some jingle bells. Awesome.
I think I am boiling it down. I am distilling why you hate Christmas music so much to this one thing. Mm-hmm. At the root of it all, it's slow.
I mean,
you like fast music.
I like fast music, but I don't
You're a
think
quick
there
boy.
are any fast Christmas songs I like.
No, I mean, I don't know if you listen to the Bad Religion Christmas album, or there's you just grimaced like that. Like
I can't imagine enjoying that album, but I haven't given it a fair shake, so I don't know.
Oh my god, you had like a physical reaction to that. You winced.
I'm just a fucking Scrooge, man. I'm just a fucking Scrooge.
Well, dude, I thought another song. Let's get to your second song. This one was fucking hilarious to me, and it was Michael Bublé's rendition of Santa Baby, which is such a weird choice for him. And I love whenever you sent me that, because that was the last one that you selected. Mm-hmm. And you texted me, and I was just like, "What? Okay." And I think I said something about like, "This is so funny," and you were just you said you said something like, "Dude, he's trying so hard to be straight on this song." And after hearing it so many times, there are so many weird moments in this song, and I think it's all because this song is supposed to be written from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, and that's the thing that a lot of, when one gender covers a song, the other gender does it. It gets a little complicated if they don't want to appear, homosexual.
Yeah.
Or like,
he switched it up to Santa Buddy. Like
Santa
every now and then.
Pally.
Yeah, it's almost like I can tell, what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring back like the 50s, 40s, like, hey, baby. Like talking to your friends, like, Santa Baby, come on.
Hey, Poppy, Santa Poppy.
But there's one part of the song that he says, Santa Buddy, one thing that I really do need, the D. And I was like, the D?
To a platinum mine.
See, he's saying
something.
the deed, but he is not enunciating that last D. Indeed. So it sounds like the one thing I really do need, the D. And I'm like, okay, so he just went all in, because this whole this whole song is oddly kind of homoerotic, and it's all because of that. It's all because it's supposed to be from a woman's perspective. And they did not change it up enough to make this song not awkward.
Yeah.
They should have called it Santa Buddy. The whole thing Santa Buddy.
I think he should have gone all in.
Yeah,
I think
fuck
he
it.
should have been hitting on Santa the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if you're gonna sing this song, why make it a masculine version? Like, just do the fucking thing. Are you gonna do girls just want to have fun and change it to boys just want to have fun and then have to fucking change all the lyrics?
There are some people, it doesn't matter what gender you are, that you gotta hit on Jesus, right?
Oh, for sure. Dude, you see those abs from the cross from his... He got the Jesus on the cross abs.
Brad Pitt.
I mean, yeah, if you saw him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when he took his shirt off on the roof, I mean, yeah, everyone's got to... everyone thinks about Brad Pitt every now and then.
Yeah, and Santa Claus,
Clearly, people love dad bods. He's a jolly guy.
Like, he'll give you all those presents. He's a cool dude. He'll bring you along in his sleigh.
Yeah, dude, he's got a magical... Dude, he's draped in velvet. Like, that must be so nice to hug. That must be so nice on I would be naked hugging Santa is what I'm imagining, just to feel velvet all over my body.
Dude, he smells like warm cookies, I
want to smell like warm cookies, Brett.
I'm sorry, bud. You got to get the Santa fragrance.
I got to go fuck Santa Claus. Which, after listening to Santa Baby by Michael Buble, I kind of want to fuck Santa Claus now. This song has somehow sexualized Santa more than the original.
I mean, it could have been any Michael Bublé song, honestly. I think I picked this one mainly because of just like how dredging it is and how
he's trying so hard to be like, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I swear I'm not gay.
Slip a Rolex under the tree.
Oh my god. A 65 convertible to steel blue. It's like, okay. All guy stuff. I want a Rolex. I want a car.
And it's just like there's just nothing happening in this song for me.
No. It's hilarious
bores
to me.
To tears.
But I gotta give it up to Buble. He has a fantastic voice. I think this is probably the only time we will ever talk about Michael Buble on this podcast. And I want to give him his due.
If that experimental noise album comes out next year, maybe we'll get back on him.
That's true. If he wants to partner with Death Grips, I'm all about it. If he wants to get on the next Bad Bad Not Good record, I'm there. But for now, Buble, baby, we love you. But you missed me with this one, bud.
Well, let's get on to a little classic, a real staple in the Christmas genre. Right?
Man,
you see commercials for him every year.
Oh, yeah. The most metal Christmas song ever written.
It's Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve /
Sarajevo.
Sarajevo.
1224, the instrumental. Oh man, if you guys don't know this by title, it is the one that they go.
Yeah, it's the classic guitar cover one.
My friend used to have a Line 6 guitar amp, and it had a kind of like not really a loop function, but it had that thing where like the delay was in a type of way that he could play over it. And it would like play all the stuff that he would play over, and it would just keep repeating. And he did that, and he like harmonized it like 7 times. And I'm just sitting there stoned, just watching him do it. I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, man, that's really good. And dude, this song is fucking epic. I think it is super cheesy and ridiculous and stupid, and it's like the cheesiest metal ever. But I love it, man. This song, since I was a kid, has just been the fucking most hype Christmas song ever.
I mean, the Siberian Orchestra definitely do all they can to make Christmas as hardcore as it can be.
And they still have really cheesy production.
Oh, sure.
Trying so hard to be like like again, palm muting, multiple guitars, solos, riffs out the fucking butt, and but they still have the really cheesy bells and the twinkles, and they still have the really like cheesy, that wide open, really reverby guitar tone that's on like fucking prog metal, but like really bad prog metal. I mean, you could say this is a prog rock Christmas song, right? Or is it just metal?
I would say it's a definitely metal sounding Christmas song.
Dude.
They have those clean, distorted, like Cloroxed guitar tones in there.
Like perfectly said, Cloroxed. Like it is so. There's something so saccharine and like lacking balls to that guitar tone.
But you know, whenever they do those like high, like wow, wow, it's like I don't know. I kind of feel it.
Oh, it's fucking killer, man! And that they have the synth strings going off, and they have that fucking grand piano banging on the fucking keys. Yeah, dude, this is one that this is a bucket list band for me to see live, and definitely a bucket list song for me to see live.
Dang. Well,
what sucks
I don't
is
know.
that everything else by them is like I fucking hate.
I didn't know they did other stuff.
Dude, they have albums and albums of original Christmas songs, and they kind of take from classics also and incorporate them in, and sometimes they'll do a cover or whatever. But yeah, they have multiple Christmas records, and a lot of them are just like, I mean, if you hear how cheesy that guitar tone is, and the synth, and the piano, imagine how cheesy the vocals would be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can hear it in your head. You already know what it sounds like. So yeah, that's what all their other songs sound like. That's why this one says instrumental on it, and that's why it's my favorite.
And I remember Trans-Siberian Orchestra was probably my first like exposure to a multi kind of like, you know, like metal and orchestra combining into something, right? Like a kind of multi-genre combination of things that you wouldn't expect and working out so well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the first time I heard that was S&M by Metallica, but I think that was right around the same time as I heard Trans-Siberian for the first time. Yeah, dude, the combination works so well. I mean, is this just another, even though all of it's so fucking great, even it's so cheesy, it's still so good, do you still hate it, Brett? That is the question.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Have I turned you?
This particular song, it's very unfortunate for you that you brought it to me. Because my first association with this song, before I even knew it was a Christmas song, was the old fossil like meme of the guy at McDonald's or something. And he's like, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope, I don't. I've never seen that.
Oh man, he basically does the whole song. I got a bit of bat and a paper hat. Would you like an apple pie with that? And it was one of the first internet jokes that I'd ever seen, and even listening to it now, probably 20 years later, it's still the first thing I think of.
Oh, that sounds.
And it's so
real
stupid.
cringe.
But I think the riff is very epic.
Yeah,
and it translates very well. And I don't know. It's not like I'm gonna put it on my iPod or anything. But it's definitely my favorite of the three that you brought in.
All right. I'll accept that. I didn't think I was gonna make you a believer with just one Christmas episode. That's why the rest of this month we're just gonna keep listening to Christmas music.
We're just keeping it going.
I'm gonna keep sending you songs and records and books.
You're either gonna elevate me out of the pit or you're gonna drive me further in.
I mean, you think you're out, but I'm just gonna bring you right back in. And I think it's about time we get to the last song that we were both forced to listen to. And this was your last selection, and it's by The Waitresses. It's a song called Christmas Wrapping.
This is a song that my roommate Lily, in particular, had a horrible experience with. It would come on in Hot Topic every single day. I also heard it a couple times on the radio, not nearly as much as she did, but this might be one of the worst vocal songs I've ever heard in my life.
Why do you say that?
The flow is so fucking whack on this song. Is it not? Does it not sound like she's making up the lyrics as she goes?
I mean, let me see. Let me. Yeah, it's very 80s. It's very new wave. It's very like lazy vocals.
Like some of the lines just don't even rhyme, and she has this awkward pacing on some things. Like she wrote the lyrics out first, and then just got in the studio and was like, "Well, I'll figure it out as I'm singing it." And then she kind of didn't, and then like the chorus is annoying, and the harmony is really weird. You know, like this weird high harmony that gets higher, and it feels like it shouldn't be there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The which part?
The Merry Christmas, but I think I'll miss just one this year. And there's like a high vocals that's like, Merry Christmas, and I think I'll miss just one this year.
Here's the thing, Brett. I love this song.
You love this song.
You
love this song?
I had never heard this before until you brought it up to me, and I absolutely love this song.
Oh my god, what have I done?
Dude, I
fucked myself.
I love the music. It is super 80s new wave, like maybe Prince-esque type of like cheesy 80s vibe. But then you have this I love the lazy vocals in the verses, and that part with you know how much I love saxophone, Brett. It is your mistake for bringing me a song with a really cool saxophone part.
How you can ruin a song with such good sax and such good bass in it the whole time?
Yeah,
can only be done by Christmas.
The bass is great on it, and dude, that fucking saxophone, it is so catchy. I didn't like the song until it got to that part, and then every time I heard it after that, which was a lot, man, I fucking love this song.
Oh boy. You know what, we're gonna hang out in Cali, and we're driving around. You better not put this on, or I'm swerving the car. I'll swerve it into a ditch.
I mean, what if I just played the instrumental version?
You know what? I might be able to bear through that. It's also a 4.5 minute song, and this is the short version, Lucas.
I know, that's surprising. There's like a 5-minute, 20-second version.
Yeah, and I don't care to listen to it. I'm not gonna do that.
It's a little too long.
This is enough as it is.
I love the Merry Christmas, but I think I'll miss this one this year. Merry Christmas. Oh, dude, you fucked up, man, because this is one of my new favorites.
Man. Oh no.
It's rare that you hear an original Christmas song that you like, Brett, and when you hear it, you gotta fucking glob onto it like a parasite, like one of those sucker fish on the bottom of a shark. That's all I'm gonna do to this song for the next month.
Oh God, I'm sorry. What is Christina's kind of viewpoint of Christmas music?
Christina likes Christmas music, but doesn't love it as much as I do. But she definitely likes it, and she loves the season, you know.
Okay. Sure.
But I don't know. I think I have I'm one of those weird people that really loves Christmas music. Like I know that's not normal. So after an hour of talking about it, I can admit that I know I'm not normal.
Every like white chicken mom that I've met loves it. I think it's it's just fine. I don't know. I really don't know the ratio of people who do and do not like Christmas music. I would assume they all love it because it plays every single year nonstop for 2.5 months.
Yeah, I would say at this point it's cool to not like Christmas music. So people, around our age, let's say like 25 to 40, I would say it's probably 50-50. People are either love it or hate it. And I think there's a very small percentage of people that don't feel one way or the other. They don't hate it. They don't love it. I think it's like you either love it or you fucking hate it.
I feel like you gotta be on one side of that fence. I don't think you can be.
There's no in between. There's no in between. But I have I'm like we've said before, I'm an onion, and I have many.
You smell.
I smell,
You
but I
cry?
have many layers to that smell. And one of those layers might just be a middle-aged white woman who fucking loves Christmas music.
You know, this whole podcast I've been trying to get you to admit that about yourself, and it's so good to finally hear you say it.
It's one part, you know. I'm a parfait more than an onion.
You're an onion parfait.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Brett. I wouldn't kick you out of bed for eating crackers if you gave me a fucking onion parfait. All right, man. Well, it's time to get to it. What is your choice nug of the songs that I introduced
Oh God.
to you?
It is time, it is time, it is time for choice nugs. It is time, it is time, it is time for choice nugs.
Do I have to do two or one?
No,
or...
just one choice nug.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna pick the Trans-Siberian Orchestra song.
Interesting. Not what I thought.
I'm
you
not
were
gonna
pick.
listen to it again after this podcast, but it I don't know. It was something that I thought was interesting enough. It had a little bit of energy to it, which I really liked in this kind of desert of emotion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your well has dried up for Christmas songs, and I get that. But I'm surprised. I thought you were going to go with the Drifters. I thought you were going to think Trans-Siberian Orchestra was like super just cheesy.
It is super cheesy, but I think the Drifters is also very cheesy in just that it's a song
is.
from like the 60s.
It's from 1956. Yeah.
And I would say between those cheesies, the Drifters is much more excusable.
Yeah. You're more of a Havarti than a Roquefort guy. I get it.
Yeah, sure.
I get it.
Right,
Yeah.
whatever.
All right. I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Look, I'm just Michael Caine over here, like smacking all the Muppets around, you know.
Right.
I'm just Scrooge. I'm just
Yeah,
here trying to hoard all my money so I can
H-bug.
I could buy all the turkeys from all the stores and keep them for Thanksgiving and Christmas because I think that would be funny.
All
That's
right,
what I'm
well,
doing over here.
You know, I know deep down you love Christmas. You just hate Christmas music, and I feel sorry for you. But
I feel sorry for me too. I wish I liked it.
honestly,
It'd
it
be
would
a
make your
lot
life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would make your life so much easier. But dude, I love that Trans-Siberian Orchestra song. So I think that's a great choice, Nug. And mine is Christmas Rapping by The Waitresses.
Yep, The Waitresses.
I loved it. I think obviously the Corey Taylor song was like, that was like you were trolling me like I did with the Yobs for you. And then Santa Baby, it's just whatever. It's fucking weird. But yeah, man, I really genuinely really like Christmas Rapping. I love that song. And I can't believe I never heard it before.
Oh boy.
And I've never heard a new wave Christmas song, and that was very fun for me. I love the saxophone part, and I thought it was catchy. And it's rare that you hear an original Christmas song after 1962 or whatever, and it's good. So that I appreciate that as well.
And you're just gonna latch onto that like a fly in a fly trap.
Dude, if that song was a turd, I would be all over it.
Yep.
I
Well,
wouldn't
thank
flush
you
it,
all. Thank you all for listening to this. If you go on Patreon, we've uploaded each half of our audio. We have the positive and the negative. We have the light and the dark sides of this episode. If you just want to listen to one side of that.
Yeah, if you want either of our isolated tracks, it's on there. $50 a month, you get that.
Yeah.
We send you a personalized message once a quarter. I think it's a great deal,
I think it's a steal, if I'm being honest.
Too. But yeah, listeners, buddies, tell us what you think about. Do you guys like Christmas? Do you like Christmas music? Are you like Brett that you love Christmas but you hate the music? Are you like me that you love both and this is just the best fucking time of year and you look forward to this for months and every other time is so dark and it's hard to get through life and Then you finally get to Christmas and you can be happy for a month, and then you go back to your life after New Year's. And are you like me? Leave us a comment.
Even, you know, who I'd really like to hear from is someone who likes Christmas music but hates Christmas.
Oh my God! If this person exists, please tell us. Please contact us. We will have you on the show.
That might be what we have to do in 2022. The entire year, we just find this one person.
Oh, the hunt for the what is it? Nope, I'm lost it. There it is.
Him just like we lost this person.
The Bizarro Humbug or whatever. The Bizarro Scrooge.
The BAH-HUMBUG.
The BAH-HUMBUG. Well, on that note, Brett, thank you for being a sport and listening to this music.
Thank you for dealing with all my negativity, man.
Well, what else is new? I'm used to it by now. But I'm excited for our next few episodes, man. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna do.
Oh man.
Our next episodes are what? The next one is what? Our favorite songs.
Our favorite songs from the podcast. Yes.
From the whole year, we're gonna dip back into every single episode and pick our 3 favorite songs each.
Yep.
I'm really excited to dive back in, man. That's gonna be really fun.
And then listen, y'all. After that, we're picking our favorite albums from the podcast, and then after that is something I am so excited for, which is the annual Earbuds Erie Awards, or the award ceremony.
Yeah, we have 20 different awards that we're gonna be
awards ranging from best album of 2021, best producer, worst record of the year, most anticipated albums 2022, and more.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be really fun. That might be a long fucking episode. Me and Brett might be drinking a lot during that episode.
Oh yeah,
I think it's gonna be
a
great
strap
fucking
in.
time. Yeah, dude, we're get in for the ride. It's gonna be a great December, and I think we're gonna have the award show. I don't know if you mentioned this, Brett, but it's gonna be coming out on our anniversary of our 1 year of doing this podcast, and
yes,
that's really exciting. And yeah, buddies, thank you for listening. If you stuck around, if you're new to it, like, we have 40 something episodes now that you can go back and listen, and trust me, it gets better.
Maybe start from top and go down.
Yeah, go down. Yeah, go backwards in numerical order. Because then you're gonna get to episodes right around 2 hours, 2.5 hours when you go to the first few. We were in there. We were in it to win it. But Brett, what would you rate this episode, guy?
Oh boy, I'm rating this episode a 2.3. This was a swamp. This was a Louisiana swamp that I had to trudge through. Just getting bit by mosquitoes and all different types of bugs that gave me all these diseases.
All these catfish nipping at your heels.
Yep, these catfish nipping at my damn calluses.
Yeah. Well, I can't lie and say that it doesn't hurt. But
what are you gonna rate this episode?
I'm gonna rate this episode a 9.4 because I felt cozy and warm, and I in my mind I'm sipping hot chocolate, sitting in front of a fireplace, and I thought this was really fun, and I loved forcing you to listen to this music. So 9.4 for me.
Only for you, bud.
Yeah,
Only for
I know. That's what makes it so special. All right. Well, you can catch us on Instagram, EBPcast, at Brahenrahan, at Jean-Luc Guitard, YouTube, all that stuff, man. Come check us out. Leave us comments. Follow us. Subscribe. Let us know what you want us to listen to, and we might listen to an album that you recommend. Who knows? We'll see.
I don't know. Anything can happen.
I don't know either. Yeah, maybe the first time we get an album recommended, we'll finally do one. We'll finally go with it. But
maybe the first time we get a comment, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The first comment will be nice. Maybe at our 1 year anniversary. But thanks for listening, buddies.
Bye, y'all.
Brett, this was jolly good.
This was some spoiled eggnog good.
Fuck yeah. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1.